Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wizard101 video. Why is my camera like seems more colorful today? I don't know if that's just me or what. But hi. Welcome to another Wizard101 video. Today I'm going to be going over the new KI Live because it just came out, if you didn't know, yesterday, March 25th. And you know, I thought it was pretty important to go over. Now, I've gone over the last two KI lives in videos, and you guys seem to like it. You seem to like being updated on the game's news, and I'm gonna be you know, going over it today. I'm also gonna be adding my opinions on everything that they've talked about and whatnot. So let's get right into it. If you don't know, I get all my information from the Atmoplex Twitter. Go follow it. I'll leave it right in the description. I like to you know, they post a bunch of game updates and stuff, game teasers, and I really enjoy it. So there's that. And let's get right into it. Here we go. Boom. All of a sudden, you can see. All right, so KI Live Rundown 3/25/21. First things first, new Caramel skeleton key bosses and new Grizzleheim skeleton key bosses, wooden, stone, and gold, showcased in a new teaser video. New Grizzleheim lore spell elements will drop from the new Grizzleheim key bosses. The pack will also be updated to 140. So this is big because if this means what I think it means that Ratspin for life could get spell elements, which would be a little bit nutty considering the fact that it's already a really good spell, you know, a 4-pip hit all for life. If they somehow make it better, that'll be kind of crazy. So there's that. Nautilus will be farmable later this year. I don't know why it says just Nautilus specifically. That might be the only one they've confirmed, but they better make the Celestian spell elemental spells farmable or I will pound something. And, you know, something will die. I'll stab it. All right. They may look into making potions not take up inventory space. This is pretty important. It's not really important, but it's kind of important because it means you can stock up on more potions without having to worry about the inventory space, so that's pretty cool. They're doing some early planning for Pyro 101. That's to be expected. I expect that by November we should have at least one update. New monstrology spells will most likely come later this year. Doesn't interest me all that much, but that should mean they're probably going to move it to Mirage. I don't know, is it already in Mirage? If it's not already in Mirage, then to Mirage and Imperia. Maybe Caramel if it's not already there as well. The average playtime in February was 200 minutes a day. That's actually pretty cool because that's over 3 hours. 3 hours a day is a lot, if you didn't know. Like, listen, last video was Wizard101 dying. The average playtime being 200 minutes a day is a lot. I mean, there might not be as many players as you think, but I still think that there's a decent amount. And the fact that a decent amount and the average is over 200, that's pretty crazy. Decius will look into a playtime counter. That is PogChamp. I've always wondered what my playtime is on Wizard101. It has to be thousands of hours at this point. I'm not sure, but I would like to see it. Magnetic was able to convert up to 17 AoEs to hit all at once, which was way more than they expected. So it means that probably not all AoEs are going to be hitting all at once, but definitely there will be a lot that will be switching to hit all at once. If I had to guess, at least all of the tier 4 spells and at least all the tier 7 spells. So look forward to that. An option to download the entire game instead of patching in-game is on their list to look into. That's really cool because I've gotten a new computer before. Well, I've got it twice and had to download Wizard101, and it's just not fun. Also, the fact that whenever a new update comes out, it also has to load, which I just don't like. So, you know, to me, I would much rather that they, you know, that they make it so you can download it all at once. That would be really cool. They will discuss the other way they're speeding up combat later. This is most likely global spell truncation. Is it truncation? Truncation, there we go. For fast combat, where the summon animation is skipped. This is likely to be similar to Pirate 101's fast combat. Personally, I don't really like it because in Pirate 101 I like it because there's the long spell animations, but in Wizard 101 a lot of spell animations aren't even that long to begin with, and I personally would never turn on fast combat in Wizard 101 because I like to see the spell animations. Maybe if I'm farming, I would turn it on, but otherwise no. Like questing, I wouldn't turn it on. So mixed feelings about that, but for farming it could be useful. Ratbeard's favorite companion he worked on is unreleased and was going to come from Mu Manchu Tower if you didn't drink the elixir. So this is likely something we could see in a future update in Pirate 101. They may be looking into replacing old mounts with new mounts that match the current art style. So I'm assuming that by that they mean like they could update like the brooms to look a little bit better, something like that. They're implementing a tooltip to the shadow gauge, which shows you percentage it's at. Image attached. However, you'll still have to guess for your opponent. So if we look at this, you can see you can hover over and you can see the total amount of shadow gauge you have. This won't. Sorry, I had to sneeze. It was a very sudden, violent sneeze. You can see that it is a shadow gauge right here. This won't show for your opponent in PvP, so you can't see how much they have, but you can see how much you have. So that's pretty cool. They're also implementing a tooltip for opponents to show critical stats, which will show up when you hover over a spell for a second or less. It also works for PvP. Okay, yeah, so you can see up here. You can see what each enemy's block is. You can see your critical chance, and then you can see the damage that you will do. So that's pretty cool as well. I think that that's pretty useful considering right now we have no idea what every enemy's block chance is. That would be pretty cool. So there's that. Magnetic thinks death drains for things other than health would be very interesting, and they could discuss it. I don't really know what they would make the drain on, so I don't really know what this is about. Let me know in the comments what you think they could be talking about here. I don't really know what death could drain besides health. Maybe I'm just not thinking about it hard enough, but I just feel like I don't know what they could add that they could drain. So whatever. There are 9 players who have the ultimate Hands of Fate. Let me move my camera up here. I should have done that originally, but let me move it up here so you can see the beginning of the last view. There are 9 players who have the ultimate Hands of Fate, so congrats to them. That's pretty cool, but the fact that there's only 9 is kind of crazy. Set bonuses will be part of the new and upcoming gear. It's more meant to elevate gear to be comparable to top-end gear. Not every gear set will get a set bonus, since it would remove the uniqueness. Darkmoor gear will never get a set bonus unless they change it. So what this means is that they're most likely not going to add set bonuses to old gear at this point, which I find to be a shame, honestly. I feel like things like Waterworks gear could use it. Even if it's only a minor bonus, I think it would be cool to add it to it. And it gives reason to use it. Like, for example, if at level 60, I usually use the what's it called? The Professor's Horde boots. If it had like a bonus like you like Power Pip or extra critical or something, I wouldn't have to use that, which is my point. So I would like to see something like that, but judging by this, likely King's Isle is not going to do that in the future. So that kind of sucks, but you know, it's to be expected. No bundle gear will be updated to 140 this update, just some packs. This doesn't really surprise me, but it will happen eventually. I don't really think there's any pack gear. The only thing I can think of bundle gear that people would want is probably energy gear, but otherwise, no, not really. More name options will be coming when they add the name change feature. So this not only confirms that there will be a name change feature, this also confirms that there will be more names, which I think is really cool and really important as well, because there's a lot of names honestly that aren't even there. Like my friend Calvin, the name Calvin isn't, but funny enough, wait, I want to show you guys something. If we look at this, if we go into henchmen and we scroll down to the level 20 life henchman, okay, does he not have a name anymore? You can't see the name. So the funny thing is about this is that the level 20 life henchman's name is Calvin, but you can't actually have the name Calvin in game. So that kind of sucks, but I don't know, it exists. I know there's quite a few other names that, you know, people would have liked to see. I don't really know why Noah is there. It's not even really as popular as some other names that that they missed out on, but whatever. So that's pretty cool. I'm really excited for that. I might change. I don't know. Blaze Dawn Breeze is just so iconic for me that I don't know if I would change it, to be honest. So there's that. Enchant item cards on PvP gear should be converted to Solar Surge soon. I don't know what that means. I'm not into PvP. Someone explain that for me. House of Palooza may come back, but not in the same way. All right, that's interesting. They've talked about mount stitching a lot and want to make sure it's done right. Right now, they want to do something other than stitching, but it's not set in stone. It's still being planned. So what I think, if I had to guess what they're going to do, now this is just a wild guess, but if they don't want to do mount stitching, which if you didn't know why people want mount stitching, it's because they want the mounts look that they want mixed with the stats of certain mounts they want. Like they want to put the Gulcher's mount, which is just a generally ugly mount, and take that +3 damage and put it on a mount of their choosing. So that's what they want to do. What I would guess, what I think they're gonna do, if I had to hazard a guess, is they're gonna do a jewel system. Is they're gonna add jewel socketing to pets, or not pets, mounts, and then like of its own special type. So like, I don't know, like a rhombus jewel or something, right? And that rhombus jewel drops from some from some enemies, and it's like very minor jewels, like +1 damage, plus 1 to 3 damage, +1 to 3 pierce, whatnot, and add that so that they're dropped throughout the game. I think that that would be definitely the best way to add it, and it would definitely give mounts some diversity that they didn't have. I think it would be also cool if they added movement speed jewels. That's something that would be interesting to me, is if they added like a +10% movement speed so that the mount goes faster. I personally probably wouldn't use it if they also added the damage one, but it's just a thought that they could add. Castle Magic quests is a cool idea, but it's not on the list for 2021. It may be rather challenging to do. I don't really care about Castle Magic, to be completely honest, but it could exist in the future, could be expanded on. The Unicorn Horde pack is coming back soon. Coolio, I don't really care, but that's cool. Lore Master rework is planned for some other update, but not this one. So that means likely future update. Lore Master rework is gonna happen, so that's good at least. They may make a new castle game sometime in the future. Themed teleporters will probably be made sometime in the future as well. That's cool. Placeable PvP circles for houses have been considered, but it's a very large area. It's possible they may come to a solution someday and release them. So not really something they want right now, but it's possible for the future. So keep that in mind. A fly-through camera for housing is quite doable. Yeah, likely they'll make like a fly-through camera, which would be pretty cool to take pictures of your house. I mean, it would be cool for screenshots and stuff. I think that's interesting. Decius will look into making the Pioneer Dragon mount dyeable in the future. Perfect. And then you see the codes there. They've likely expired, so don't... honestly, I wouldn't bother trying them, but I think they've expired at this point. Whatever. So that's it for this update changes, or these update changes. I've showed you everything it has to offer, gave my opinion on it. The most interesting of these, in my opinion, for me specifically, is the new Grizzleheim Skeleton Key bosses, obviously, is pretty cool. The playtime counter is pretty cool. The AoE, obviously, that update is really cool. The thing that shows your critical chance on every enemy, that's pretty good. And also, what's the other one I was talking about? And then the name change, and then the mount stitching. All of those important things to look out for. I would consider them all to be interesting. Let me move my camera back down here. I would consider those all to be quite interesting changes. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. But I think for me, that's it for this video. Got over the changes. It's actually a longer video today. Geez, it's already been 15 minutes. But I hope you enjoyed. If you did, drop a like at the sub button. Channel memberships exist if you want to give me some money. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Have a fantastic day. Thank you all for watching.